A
Thank you,
tiger.
Judd. He's a tiger. Toy like a toiger.
A toy tiger. I knew you were fucking gonna do
Toy
that
like a
one.
toiger. You knew I had to go to Austin Powers. And
Yeah.
all right. So
Ugh.
I mentioned earlier we're going to go through Richard Medhurst. So this happened on Monday, and since we didn't do a show since Sunday, I did want to give it mention. It was covered pretty heavily on the left, of course, because we are such supporters of freeing Julian Assange and of keeping this case alive and talking about what's happening in the case, making sure people are educated and start to question and put and apply pressure to the government to drop the case. And that's what we have to continue to do. And the only way to do that is if you keep talking about it. If we don't keep talking about it, they're just going to continue to do what they're going to do anyway. Now, they may do that anyway, but they're certainly not going to do that without me saying something. So, my brother Richard Medhurst, who's the best, okay? UK High Court has permitted Julian Assange to submit an appeal to the Supreme Court after the appellate court okayed his extradition to the U.S. in December. So, what that means is that he now... It doesn't mean that they're going to hear the case. It means that he now has the permission to appeal and to appeal to the Supreme Court. Now, they can now decide whether they're going to take the case or not. And what he says here is that they're likely going to take the case. But we don't know. And we won't know for a couple of weeks. So the decision was delivered this morning at the Royal Courts of Justice in London by Ian Burnett and Timothy Holyroyd, the same judges who overturned the earlier district court judge's decision not to extradite him to the United States back in December. Okay, I know that there was a problem with the live feed, and everybody was given a link only minutes before they announced it, and by the time they were all able to dial in, the announcement had already been completed. Okay. Again, recapping that the Australian journalist and WikiLeaks founder faces up to 175 years in prison for publishing classified documents which reveal U.S. war crimes in Iraq, Afghanistan, and more. He's asked the High Court judges to certify 3 points of law of general public importance in order to appeal to the Supreme Court. And the High Court refused to Assange to leave to appeal, which is not unusual. However, it did at least certify 1 point of law, clearing the way for him to ask the Supreme Court to hear his case. Again, so good from Rich. Thank you. High Court certified just 1 point of law regarding whether it was correct for the appeals court to receive assurances from the requesting state which hadn't been provided before during the extradition hearing. And that's what the case, this is the actual document of the case. The pronouncement reads, number 2, the point of law certified is, in what circumstances can an appellate court receive assurances from a requesting state which were not before the court of first instance in extradition proceedings? Lots of legal speak.
Yep.
It is on this basis that Assange can make an application to the Supreme Court within the next 14 days to hear his appeal. Of course, they're going to do that. It is then up to the Supreme Court to decide whether it will even hear it, and it can take months, however long they want to do this. And that was one of the things I talked about with Misty when we did Action for Assange on Tuesday night. We were talking about this document that she brought up where Julian, back in 2012, laid out what they were going to do to him and how they were going to basically drag him out in legal battles for the next 25 years and shuffle him around the board, which is pretty much exactly what's happening. And it's a disgrace. It's heartbreaking. We want to see him freed. We will do whatever we can to continue to keep that awareness alive and encourage everybody to talk about this case with everybody they know. That's what we do. So